So I wanted to speak to you guys tonight about an interesting subject. I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about the Dogman. Now, we talk about the Dogman once in a while on this channel. We talk a lot about Bigfoot. And as strange as Bigfoot is, there's a lot of scientific data to back up a Bigfoot. If you look at where they came from, their origins, there's a lot of upright walking hominid species in the fossil record. There's a lot of other great ape species. Bigfoot being very close to a human, at least in general size and configuration. You can make the stretch that there's some kind of missing link or some kind of a ape-like species that's related to us with or without some kind of intelligent design or some kind of genetic tampering or something going on. But when it comes to the Dogman, they don't make any sense. I mean, an upright walking canine, a canine over 200 pounds is quite rare. So when you get into 7 or 8 foot tall, upright walking, 1,000-pound canine, you get into some strange stuff. So for me, when you start talking about, is the Dogman actually a good guy? And I don't mean good guy in the sense that you're going to give him a milk bone and they're going to be your wolf companion and you're going to have some kind of a bond. And no, I think the Dogman is very dangerous, especially to humans. I do think that whatever this creature is people are seeing, I've heard enough reports and talked to enough people with tears in their eyes about these creatures and heard and seen enough things about them to know that they probably without a doubt eat people, and they probably take people, just like a wild pack of wolves would possibly. But much to a much greater extent to dangers to humans. And it just seems something bred into them. They're very ferocious, some wide shoulders, lots of muscles, very fast, big claws, huge teeth, powerful jaws, that they would be bred with a purpose. Like, why this makes no sense from a scientific evolution point of view. And these creatures, you know, they could be evil. They could be some kind of demonic thing. They could be some kind of a descendant of the Nephilim, which there's a lot of theories about these things. Some get really out there. Some say they're genetically engineered by aliens. But one of the more interesting things is that for whatever reason, for whatever creation, some people say that it was the ancient Atlanteans. Some people say that it was alien forces. Some people say it was God himself that, you know, when someone's attacking you with a knife, you get a gun. And if someone's attacking you with a gun, you get a bigger gun. So if there are horrible, very dangerous creatures out there in this world, living in caves, living underground, that most people don't believe or most people don't want to deal with, maybe the Dogman is some kind of creation from some other source, whether it be extraterrestrial or supernatural to fight things. Now, one of the main things that's been postulated out there is that they're designed to fight giants. Now, if you had a 10, 20, 30, 40 foot tall, huge giant with a club, what would be better to take down a giant than a pack of wolves? Well, let's make the wolves 400 or 500 pounds and the ability to walk upright and travel in packs of 30 and 40 with terrible jaws. Kind of like the concepts of like a velociraptor or a wolf pack. Or if you look at a wolf pack, they'll take down, you know, they'll take down bison, they'll take down elk many, many times their size, and it's very effective. Wolves can run a long time. They can maintain a long run. They have an endurance. They have a lot of strength. They have a lot of jaw strength. So it makes sense if you're going to engineer something to take down a giant, that a large upright walking wolf traveling in packs with some intelligence for sophisticated attacks and ambush, that this would be a pretty efficient way to do it. When it comes to some of the other strange, terrible beasts that people report and see all across the USA and all across the world, just like Dogman is reported all across the world, some of these things, pugwudgies, goatmen, the Loveland frog, the tripod monster, some of these really terrible beasts, some of these things that defy logic, that make no sense whatsoever. You take a look at stone giants and ferocious variants of Bigfoot, and you think people are actually seeing these things. Multiple people are seeing these things, and sometimes the encounters aren't good. What would be a good way to eliminate or hunt these creatures down or keep them in check? Whether they are coming from a natural source, whether they're interdimensional, they're coming through some kind of portal, whether they're dropped here, whether they're just a full-on demon that's materialized itself, whether there's some kind of creature that's been taken over and possessed or corrupted, if you will. Whatever these things are that people report and have been reported all through history, monsters in the woods, different types of cryptozoological creatures, terrible things, demons, like the stone giants, it would make sense that what would be a great way to take them down, like I was saying, a wolf pack, a pack of very strong hunters. And if the origin of Bigfoot is up for debate, the origin of the Dogman is really up for debate, and then the origin of some of these other creatures, maybe interdimensional, they're coming through a portal, something like the Skinwalker Ranch, where there's certain spots on the earth that these creatures come in and out of, really deep caves, hollow earth theories. There's a lot of different places where these creatures are actually coming through, and maybe some advanced civilization. Was it aliens? It could be. Was it some kind of ancient, like the Atlanteans? Or was it some kind of some anomaly in nature that designed these creatures to take out other creatures and keep them in check? Kind of like if you look at the wild, you know, deer and rabbit populations don't get out of control because there are predators around. The mountain lions don't get out of control because there are bears, and the bears don't get out of control because there are wolves, and the wolves don't get out of control because the bears, mountain lions, and coyotes all feed off of each other and take out other food sources and compete. Maybe this is nature's way of being a natural predator, no matter how odd or how strange it seems that an upright walking canine creature would exist. So in the end, who really knows where these creatures came from, if they have some other higher purpose? But I got to say, in the top 5 creatures in the woods, Dogman's got to be in at least the top 3 for being the most difficult, the most badass, hardest ones to stop. And if you think about these things, especially if they run in a pack, you got bigger ones, smaller ones, faster ones, older ones, stronger ones, smarter ones, absolutely terrifying. And if I was going to want to go take down a giant or a rogue Bigfoot or a clan of carnivorous Wendigos type Bigfoots or Gugwe type Bigfoots, I think a few Dogmen to take with you, if you could somehow control them or unleash them in an area, would certainly do the job, or maybe in the end they would destroy themselves. So anyway, this is kind of the theory, kind of a thought about why these Dogmans are around and what their purpose is. There are reports of them going back thousands of years and going all the way back to Anubis, and there being different types of them, some being more spiritual, some being almost ageless, and kind of makes you wonder, it really does, if maybe some of these cryptids, not just Dogman, but some of these other ones have another purpose or were bred or designed for something. I know it's kind of an out there concept, but I think it's fascinating. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this Dogman creature has some kind of an ultimate purpose, something more than just being a dark woods terrorist, something more than harassing border crossers and hikers, something more than just being some kind of a demonic, twisted creature? Do you think there could be some intelligent design to them? Do you think there could be some greater purpose that we don't know? Do you think maybe there's a higher reports of them, more sightings of them, more and more Dogmen, it seems, because there's more and more reports of other strange things, and this is some kind of a balance? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And good or bad, please stay safe in the woods, folks. There's lots of bad things out there. Thank you very much.